For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things? And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth, or hindereth, will let, until he be taken out of the way. So the Son of Man, or the son of perdition, the papacy, in order for the transgression or the abomination of desolation to be revealed, something has to be, the hindering power has to be taken out of the way. In other words, paganism has to be removed in order for papalism to gain supremacy. Is that clear? Right? Paganism must be removed. This aspect, if nothing else is clear, this aspect should be clear. In order for papal Rome to receive the ascendancy, what must be removed in order for papal Rome to come into power? Paganism. Right? Paganism. We know this history. As the little horn rises up to gain power, 3 horns are removed. Right? Three horns are removed, and then the little horn comes up. Okay? So we know this history. We just, maybe we're not used to seeing it in terms of the daily and the transgression of desolation. It's the same history though. It's a repetition of the same history. Those 2 desolating powers of paganism and papal Rome, and also the host and the sanctuary. The sanctuary. When does the cleansing of the sanctuary begin?
1844.
Okay, so we find this date. 1844. So the sanctuary is to be, in other words, it says in Daniel chapter 8, in verse 14, it says, "And he said unto me, unto 2,300 days, then shall the sanctuary be cleansed." Another translation of that term "cleansed" is to be made right. Then shall the sanctuary be made right. Okay? So we have a date for that in 1844. Right? And my pictures are, I'm gonna do this again, okay? So we can add some things in here. Okay, 1844, 457, the cleansing of the sanctuary. We have that in 1844. But we also have the host that is trodden underfoot. It's not just the sanctuary, but the host is trodden underfoot. Let's turn to Revelation chapter 11. It's not simply the sanctuary, but the host as well. Revelation chapter 11. Speaking of times of the Gentiles, in verse 1 and 2 it says, "And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of God, and the altar, and them that worship therein. But the court which is without the temple, leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles. And the holy city shall they tread underfoot 40 months. Right? The holy city shall be tread underfoot 40 months. So it's not just the trotting underfoot of the sanctuary, but the 40 months, the trotting underfoot of 40 months of the host. When does the 40 months end?
1798.
1798. So the host that must come with the sanctuary. The sanctuary service, God says, let them make me a sanctuary that what? So if you don't have a host to dwell among, what is the sanctuary service? Right? It comes with the host and the sanctuary. The treading down of the host by the papal powers during the Dark Ages spans from the time period of what? I'm going to make this bigger. Sorry. Okay. When does this time period of the transgression of desolation, trotting underfoot the host, when does it begin and end?
538.
538 until?
1798.
Okay, and we can put here 1,260 days or years, 42 months. Okay. This time period of the 1,260 years, or in other words, the transgression of desolation. Okay, does that help to kind of see? So we're overlaying the 1,260 years of papal supremacy, or of the Dark Ages, as we would maybe refer to them, or the trotting underfoot of the host from 538 to 1798. Okay, is that fair to say? Yeah.
Right, so you're saying that time period is papal? No?
Yes. Transgression of desolation, or papal Rome. The time when the papacy, we just refer it in common words as the Dark Ages, right? The Dark Ages, from 538 to 1798.
Where's pagan Rome in all that?
Okay, so pagan Rome is the first desolating power.
So it ends
Right.
at 538?
Yeah, so it's not just pagan Rome though. We said paganism, right? So we say the daily, or paganism. With Medo-Persia, Greece, and Rome all encompassing this time period of the daily, or paganism. Not just pagan Rome, but paganism. Right?
So it just kind of switches to papal
Yes.
at 538?
I thought it switched over at 508.
Yeah. So there's 508. Yeah. So we can say 508, but 538 would be the time. There's a 30-year time period here, right? There's a 30-year time period. If we look at the chart, we look at the 1843 chart. At the center of the chart, we find 508 and 530, both of those dates, right? Okay. All right.
One is Clovis and one is Constantine. Is that correct?
Yeah. So Clovis would that 508 would be Clovis.